Hi there, how are you going? Today's chat is about growing up with highly narcissistic parents who have come from trauma themselves, haven't done the work that they need to do to heal, and then are re-traumatizing their children due to their highly narcissistic behaviors. You can look into narcissism. There's different types of narcissistic people. There's overt, covert, vulnerable narcissists. So there's different types of narcissists, and I grew up with two parents that were highly narcissistic, and so this is coming from my personal experience, but also research that I've done later in life and also later in life experiences. So what happens when you've got a highly narcissistic parent is the parent finds it very difficult to put the child's needs first. Even parenting responsibilities, fair and reasonable parenting responsibilities, can feel for that parent like a burden. They can be very resentful about it and very angry, and actually avoid that parenting responsibility, maybe default to the other parent or just neglect that child because they cannot centre that child's needs before their own. Their needs are first and foremost, and if that child's needing something for them, like they're in sickness or they need to be helped at night to soothe, and it disrupts that person's comfort, that can be a real trigger for rage and resentment and just basically neglect for that child. Another thing that happens with highly narcissistic parents is they do a lot of projecting. So they'll project the parts of themselves that they don't like onto a child, and it'll often be the scapegoat child. So they assign these roles to children in the family. So one will be the golden child, one will be the scapegoat child. And these roles will be very rigid, and that child who's the scapegoat child will be blamed for everything. It will deflect off their own issues as an adult, and they will basically project their feelings of inadequacy, their feelings of what they have within them that they have shamed or they have not done the work on, and projected onto the child. Another very common thing that parents with highly narcissistic traits do is they have to mirror. So they sort of have to copy to learn how to parent. So they might copy the other parent, or they might copy parents around them. It's not necessarily coming from them themselves, but they do this thing called mirroring. So there is a level of an ability to be a parent, but it comes through this process of watching others and then copying that rather than inherently knowing what to do and being filled with that sort of maternal or paternal empathy and caretaking sort of feelings. And yeah, there's lots in it. I'm going to do several series about this, because growing up with highly narcissistic parents can cause a lot of confusion as a child, a lot of trauma later in life due to what you didn't get and what you deserve to get. And basically a lot of children who are parented or raised by narcissistic parents, they have to do a lot of work in the relationship. They have to work for the love. They have to go to the parents. They're often saying, I love you. They feel like they need to do work to be chosen. And the impact of that later in life is really, really damaging. Thanks. Take care.